July 10th agenda meeting, South Plainfield Mayor and Council's meeting has been advertised in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act, NJSA 10:4-6, with adequate notice of this meeting being provided to the borough's two official newspapers and also published on the borough's website. Amy, will you call the roll, please?
Yes, Councilman Benjavanga?
Here.
Councilman Dean?
Here.
Councilwoman Hostini?
Here.
Councilman Bash?
Here.
Councilman Bullock?
Here.
Council President White?
Here. Thank you. Can you take us through a review of tonight's agenda, please?
Yes, this evening we have one matter on for executive session. It's a contractual matter pertaining to Verizon. We have the approval of council minutes of June 19. We have a presentation that appoints a police officer. We have one ordinance on, which is a second reading by title. Then we have three ordinances on, which are first readings by title. We have 19 resolutions this evening, and we do have an addition. It will be number 2017-284, authorizing the release of funds for improvements done at the South Plainfield Senior Residence located at 101 Morris Avenue to Lutheran Social Ministries of New Jersey in the amount of $58,180, which represent building-related costs for the removal and replacement of sidewalks.
Yeah, Mayor, and I'll just mention on that goes back to the Morris Avenue senior residence, and it goes back to the original funding that took place, and I think that there's unspent money in the original bond that was floated. It's a few $100,000, and this is a drawdown on that. So we get these periodically. This isn't something that's running for our municipal budget. It's not something that's, it's a capital item that, goes back to an old Middlesex County Improvement Authority transaction for the senior residents of Morris Avenue.
Okay.
And then we move on to three matters of correspondence. Payment of bills totaling $1,182,301.16. Council reports, and we conclude with public comments. And that's all I have, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Can we get a motion to add resolution 2017-284 to tonight's agenda?
So moved, Mayor. Second.
Motion by Council President White, seconded by Councilman Benjavanga. All in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? Can I get a motion for executive session, resolution 17-264?
Motion. Second.
A motion by Councilman Wolak, seconded by Councilman Benjavanga. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, we will have executive session for tonight. Council comments on agenda items.
Yes, Mayor. I have just a question on resolution 17-274 and 275. And it's just a question, and I'm not sure why we didn't put that out to bid, since it's over $40,000.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it goes to Mr. Rizzo or the...
Yeah, we're gonna turn it over to Mr. Rizzo, but
I spoke to Gary Burke a little while ago. I spoke to Paul, and really, Mr. Rizzo, and this, obviously this was all handled by Len, and this Paul, you said without talking to Len.
I mean, the typical or standard, you can't break up a project to bring parts of it under the bidding threshold. So
Right.
I don't know what was done here and the rationale for how it was done here. Glenn also made note, really 268, 269, part of this too.
Yeah, you should really pull all four if that was the case.
One of them is the co-op, right?
Yeah, I would tend to think if you're going to pull,
69 is a co-op.
Yeah.
So that should be okay.
even with that, I think part of what's taking place, I believe, in 74 includes 68 and 69. So I think you would need to pull all four.
My suggestion is to pull all four, but also I would ask or suggest that you authorize, if I determine that this was not appropriate to bid, tonight authorize that bid, so we don't wait till the next meeting just to authorize it and go to bid, no, it was that time, so that by the next meeting, we'll either relist these resolutions if it's found to be appropriate, or the authorization and the process will have been started. So my suggestion is that we move to table 68, 268, 269, 274, 275, for me to speak with Glenn Miller and make a determination, and that in the event that I determine that it must go to bid, then desire to authorize.
Okay, so, and we need to do that.
Would that be an additional resolution?
Yeah, so we could do that at the agenda. All right, so can I get a motion to table 17-268, 269, 270, and 275?
So
No,
moved.
274.
I'm sorry, what did I say?
You said 270.
I'm sorry. Can I get a motion to table 268, 269, 274, and 275?
Motion. Second.
Motion by Councilman Dean, seconded by Council President White. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, and can I also get a motion to add Resolution 17-285, authorizing the engineer to go out to bid for the services required on the South Side Golf Course?
So moved, Mayor.
Second.
A motion by Council President White, seconded by Councilman Wallach. All in favor? Anyone opposed?
Just a quick question.
That's if they're required.
If required.
If required.
Yeah, just a quick question, Paul.
Yeah.
Can you just get back to us on that? 'Cause then, would you
Yeah.
have to bid out everything as one package, or would it be four separate bids? 'Cause four
I
separate-
would think it's one package, but again, I would want to talk to Len as to
Okay.
what's involved with it. Doesn't have to be, maybe this is appropriate. I'm not saying it's not, but I certainly do have that question.
It's not gonna hurt to at least look into it. Yeah. Okay. Anything else? Nothing? Okay. At this point, we'll open it up for public comments on agenda items only. Seeing none, close the public portion. And can I get a motion to adjourn tonight's agenda meeting?
So moved, Mayor.
Okay, we are adjourned. Seeing no reason to delay the right to the public meeting. Again, this meeting has been advertised in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act, NJSA 10:40-6, with adequate notice of this meeting also being provided to the borough's two official newspapers and published on the borough's website. Amy, can you call the roll once more?
Councilman Benjavanga?
Here.
Councilman Dean?
Here.
Councilwoman Fostini?
Here.
Councilman Besh?
Here.
Councilman Wallach?
Here.
And Council President White?
Here.
Thank you. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance and the invocation by Council President White. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for this time that we can gather together. We thank you for him walking so soon to be sworn in. We pray a covering over him as well as our entire community. We ask that you would keep this governing body humble and give us wisdom as we make decisions on behalf of the residents of the borough. And we pray that you would help us to all collectively serve one another and work in the best interests of each other. Amen.
At this point, we'll open up once again for public comments on agenda items only. Seeing none, we'll close the public portion. Can I get a motion to approve the council minutes of June 19, 2017, agenda public and executive?
So moved.
Second, Mayor.
Motion by Councilman Benjavanga, seconded by Council President White. Amy, can you call the roll?
Councilman Benjavanga?
Yes.
Councilman Dean?
Yes.
Councilwoman Fostini?
Yes.
Councilman Besh?
Yes.
Councilman Wallach?
Yes.
Council President White?
Yes.
Passes 6-0.
Thank you. Can I get a motion for Resolution 17-264A, authorizing the appointment of Shane McQuaid as a police officer with an effective date of July 14, 2017, an annual salary pursuant to the salary ordinance and/or local contract?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Wallach, seconded by Councilman Benjavanga. Amy, can you call the roll?
Councilman Benjavanga?
Yes.
Councilman Dean?
Yes.
Councilwoman Fostini?
Yes.
Excuse me, Councilman Besh?
Yes.
Councilman Wallach?
Yes.
Council President White?
Yes.
Passes 6-0.
Thank you. At this point, I'll turn the meeting over to Councilman Wallach.
I'd like to read Shane's biography. Shane McCord is a lifelong resident of the borough of South Plainfield. He graduated South Plainfield High School in June of 2012 and enlisted in the United States Marine Corps in September of 2012. In 2016, Shane was honored to be discharged, and during this time, he received numerous medals and citations by service. From January of 2008 to present, Shane also was a volunteer for the South Plainfield Fire Department. and since being discharged from Marines, he was employed by Foremost Fire Protection. Shane is married to his wife Caitlin, and they have 2 children. And
Thank you. At this point, I'll invite Shane and his family to be sworn in. I state your name.
I, Tim Wood,
Do solemnly swear
solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United
that
States
I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the same
and do the same
and to the governments established
to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state
and in this state,
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Right. Hey Shane, at this point, we'll turn the meeting over to you. If you'd like to say anything to your family and friends. Welcome aboard.
Thank you all for coming up.
That was short and sweet. Chief Parker.
Good luck to you, and thank you for everybody coming out.
You see why I get a reputation for talking too long. Because everybody else that comes before me is much shorter. So Shane, you probably remember I coached your brother, right? It's your brother. Is his brother? Yeah. In junior baseball, so he turned out all right. I think you're going to turn out just fine. We say this all the time. We do mean it truly from the bottom of our hearts here. We do have the finest police department in the state of New Jersey and throughout this country. I can say without any hesitation that this entire governing body in this borough is behind you as you start your new career. We simply wish you all the best that you have over your career. It is a long and fulfilling career. And know that the officers that you have support you, and that the superior officers will have your back as well. So anything that you need, feel free to approach the chief, approach myself as governing body, but I think you're going to do fine. Congratulations to yourself, congratulations to your family and friends, and this is an important day for the borough and an important day for yourself as well. So congratulations.
Thanks.
Councilman Beth?
I would just like to say welcome aboard. I know you're going to do great. Chief is very confident in you, and you're going to do a good job.
Thank you, sir.
Councilman Dean?
Yeah, Shane, congratulations. Thank you for wanting to join our police force, and thank you for serving our country as well. You made a big impact on South Plainfield, so it's great to see you joining our police department as well.
Thanks, sir.
Councilman Faustini?
Congratulations again to Shane and his family, and thank you for choosing to serve borough, and welcome.
Thank you, ma'am.
Councilman Benjamin?
Welcome aboard, Shane. We look forward to working with you over your career. You'll be here a lot longer than we will be. You'll have a nice, healthy, and long career here, and we look forward to seeing you out on the road.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Council President White?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Shane, to you and your family, congratulations. And thank you to the family for being willing to share Shane with the community that he's grown up in, been educated in, and the country that he served. And as everyone has stated, we're here to help, but I would implore you to make sure you take advantage of all the resources within the department and the agency itself. So there are a whole host of knowledgeable people who are here to make sure that you're successful. They want to be active participants in your success. So And we look forward to having you continue to serve this community for a long, long time. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Police Commissioner Wolbeck.
Thank you, Mayor. I just want to say congratulations. What else can I say? I know your family is very proud of you sitting there. I see them smiling. I see Ian over there. My son Hank with a lot smiling. But I want to wish you really good luck and have a wonderful career at South Plainfield Police Department. Good luck to you.
Thank you, sir.
We're going to take a brief 5-minute recess. You guys are more than welcome to stay and enjoy the rest of the meeting. I don't think that's ever happened in history. But I try each and every time, so we'll be back shortly.
Borough Council of the Borough of South Plainfield, County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey, authorizing the acceptance of the deed of dedication for the property designated as Block 282, Block 51.02 on the Borough of South Plainfield tax map.
Thank you. Can I get a motion for final adoption on ordinance 2080?
So moved, Mayor.
Motion by Council President White, seconded by Councilman Benjavanga. As this is a final adoption, we'll open up for public comments on ordinance 2080. Seeing none, we'll close the public portion. Council comments on ordinance 2080? No. Seeing none. Amy, can you call the roll?
Councilman Benjavanga?
Yes.
Councilman Dean?
Yes.
Councilwoman Fostini?
Yes.
Councilman Besh?
Yes.
Councilman Bullock?
Yes.
Council President White?
Yes.
Passes 6-0.
Right, for introduction, ordinance 2081.
An ordinance adopting a codification and revision of the land use and development ordinances of the Borough of South Plainfield, County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey, providing for the maintenance of said code, repealing and saving from repeal certain ordinances not included therein, establishing a penalty for altering or tampering with the code, and making certain changes in previously adopted ordinances.
Thank you. Can I get a motion for introduction on ordinance 2081?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Benjavanga, seconded by Council President White. Amy, can you call the roll?
Councilman Benjavanga?
Yes.
Councilman Dean?
Yes.
Councilwoman Fostini?
Yes.
Councilman Besh?
Yes.
Councilman Bullock?
Yes.
Council President White?
Yes.
Passes 6-0.
Thank you. Also for introduction, ordinance 2082.
A bond ordinance amending and restating in its entirety bond ordinance number 2074, finally adopted March 20, 2017, of the Borough of South Plainfield, County of Middlesex, New Jersey, in order to increase the aggregate amount of the appropriation, revise the grants being appropriated, and include an additional project.
Thank you. Can I get a motion for introduction on ordinance 2082?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Benjavanga, seconded by Councilman Wolbeck. Amy, can you call the roll?
Councilman Benjavanga?
Yes.
Councilman Dean?
Yes.
Councilwoman Fostini?
Yes.
Councilman Besh?
Yes.
Councilman Bullock?
Yes.
Council President White?
Yes.
Passes 6-0.
Thank you. Also for introduction, ordinance 2083.
An ordinance amending ordinance 2064, providing for the compensation of absent employees of the Borough of South Plainfield and the method of payment of such compensation for the years 2016 through 2018 to now include the positions of engineering, recycling, environmental, cultural arts, and traffic safety secretaries, and the men community service worker agent salary.
Thank you. Can I get a motion for introduction on ordinance 2083?
So, second.
Motion by Councilman Benjavanga, seconded by Council President White. Amy, can you call the roll?
Councilman Benjavanga?
Yes.
Councilman Dean?
Yes.
Councilwoman Fostini?
Yes.
Councilman Besh?
Yes.
Councilman Bullock?
Yes.
Council President White?
Yes.
Passes 6-0.
Thank you. Can I get a motion for resolution 17-265 to 267, 270 to 273, 276 to 285?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Council President White, seconded by Councilman Bullock. Amy, can you call the roll?
Councilman Benjavanga?
Yes.
Councilman Dean?
Yes.
Councilwoman Fostini?
Yes.
Councilman Besh?
Yes.
Councilman Bullock?
Yes.
Council President White?
Yes.
Passes 6-0.
Thank you. We have 3 items of correspondence. Recycling monthly report in May 2017, Planning Board minutes of May 23rd, Environmental Commission minutes of May 10th. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Council President White, seconded by Councilman Benjavanga. Amy, can you call the roll?
Councilman Benjavanga?
Yes.
Councilman Dean?
Yes.
Councilwoman Fostini?
Yes.
Councilman Besh?
Yes.
Councilman Bullock?
Yes.
Council President White?
Yes.
Passes 6-0.
Thank you. Can I get a motion for payment of the bills of $1,182,301.16?
So moved, Mayor.
Second.
Second.
Motion by Council President White, seconded by Councilman Wolak. Amy, can you call the roll?
Councilman Benjavanga?
Yes.
Councilman Dean?
Yes.
Councilwoman Fostini?
Yes.
Councilman Nash?
Yes.
Councilman Bullock?
Yes.
Council President Wood?
Yes.
Passes 6-0.
Thank you. Mr. Rizzo, anything for us tonight?
No, Mayor, progress, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Collins?
Yeah, Mayor, I just want to mention two items. One, with ordinance 2082, that's obviously just amending 2074. And just to give everybody an idea of part of the reason why is the bids on the road projects have been extremely favorable to budget. As a matter of fact, 2082, or 2074, when we bid out the project, not only did it come in favorable to budget, it came in actually so low that we don't believe we're actually going to be able to utilize all the DOT money. So we're probably going to have to refund the DOT, we think about $25,000. So with that, we're amending the ordinance. We're not increasing any of the debt, so there's no additional supplemental debt statement. Debt was kept the same. What we've done is we've actually included the culvert that collapsed over on Hamilton Boulevard, some work on Hamilton Boulevard. And we've added a couple of roads as well because it's coming so favorable. And we just modified the funding so that we actually move down lend, part of these road projects, like the DOT doesn't cover police, traffic control and things of that nature. So, I think the one bid for Lane Avenue came in at like $330,000, and we had a DOT grant for $375. So we think with some of the engineering costs, we think it's going to be somewhere in the neighborhood more like $350. But that's really what's taking place here. It's not, it's not new borrowing. It's just kind of modifying the existing ordinance. The other item, I guess everybody over the weekend got to see, or last week got to see the governor and everybody on the beach. That has actually kind of had an effect on us as well. We were all poised to send out tax bills this week, and we're still, guarded on whether or not that's going to happen. Essentially, the state would not certify any of the municipal tax rates until the state budget was passed. So on Wednesday of last week, the state, I believe, certified the rate to Middlesex County, and I think Middlesex County got the information. And by Friday, we were given our tax numbers. We sent everything over, and I received an email late this afternoon because we're still trying to find out with the state budget. It has changed all of the state aid for the Board of Educations. So South Plainfield's Board of Education, I think, is getting like $2,800 more, but nevertheless, it has altered the A4F and all those numbers. So anyway, and a number of municipalities were affected in the hundreds of thousands, and I think maybe even the millions. That wasn't the case here, but nevertheless, I received an email late this afternoon saying, there may be a delay in some of the printouts because they're trying to get what the finalized figures are for all, for all the municipality, for all the Board of Education in the state. So there may be a slight delay with that. So, I spoke to the head of Administration and Finance today, Councilman Benjavanga. I'm not really sure. I'm assuming we're probably going to have to delay the grace period. So, and this is just part of the process. So, the borough, I think this was the earliest we've adopted the municipal budget, practically since I've been here. And the bills are going to go out late. It has nothing to do with us. It has to do with, started with Trenton, and then they changed part of the, the formula that's funding Boards of Education. So.
I think that's one mailing people are okay with coming.
So I just, I figured that's, we've received a couple of phone calls regarding the tax bills, and that's the status. Without progress.
As usual, so if we know that they're going to be late, can we put just something out on our usual?
Yes, I mean, like I said, I received this email late this afternoon.
Exactly.
Hopefully I'll know a little more. And one last thing, since Len's not here, today we started the work over there on Sampson Avenue, and we gauge a lot of things with the borough with how many phone calls have we gotten, and I'm not aware of us receiving any phone calls. I know the actual detour didn't go up until after 8, and I heard it was down well before 4. I think I've heard there was a couple of issues with people originally trying to get eastbound, but all in all, we did not receive any complaints on Sampson. We didn't receive any complaints about traffic being scattered amongst town. Not to say we won't, I'm
Right,
just saying,
sure.
you know, for the first, you know, day. And one of the things I'll mention with this also is, we thought this was gonna happen later. I know Len had been given a schedule, and in that schedule, they were gonna do other sections of town first. I think, actually, traffic safety had requested that Sampson Avenue get moved up on the list so that it wasn't taking place while school was in session. So,
Meaning the water company started work.
yeah, I'm sorry, Kristen.
We, sir.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I think what happened was our traffic safety requested from Middlesex Water Company if they could actually move part of the project around and move this to this period of time, because I guess this was one of the larger detours versus some of the side streets that they're gonna be doing in the fall. So that's kind of, you know, that's kind of why I've heard instances of people receiving Middlesex Water Company letters, and there's no work going on at all in those areas. And I
Yeah.
think that's part of the reason why.
Are they paving all of Sampson, like when it's completed, like, or what kind of trench repair are they doing?
You know, that final trench repair is still being negotiated
Okay.
with the contractor we're gonna have with them, similar to what we're trying to do with Lane Avenue.
Okay.
You're not working Saturdays, are they?
I don't have an answer for that. I don't, you know, I wish I did, but I know that they did some work on Lane Avenue on Saturdays. I don't think so, but it's possible. I know Lane Avenue did have Saturday work. I know they did this whole intersection by Flanagan's on a Saturday, so.
I would always assume they're gonna have it then, but we can reach
Yeah,
out.
they may have some more to work. I'll try to find out. But,
Get notification of.
Yep.
yeah, to tell you the truth, those notifications started coming here after letters of notification. You know, all of a sudden I found out on Thursday that, you know, that they were moving over to Salem. So I was kind of taken by surprise myself with that progress.
Thank you. Amy, anything?
Progress, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Councilman Dean?
Yeah, Mr. Mayor, so I did talk to Alice earlier today with the touch base with the recycling contract. She seemed that everything seemed to be going good, and I was just talking to Gary when we were on our little break, and he said that they did miss his street entirely. So,
Yeah, I called Alice, and she said to leave them out, and that they'd be there on Friday, and they didn't show up on Friday either. But she said they think that they might have went to the wrong auto home. Because, but I did notice that today, all the recycling was picked up. Just
So
maybe
most of the kinks are worked out.
Small little glitch.
Yeah, but not all of
That's what
them.
it seems like.
Yeah, much better than I think it was.
yeah. And then just a reminder that the Lions Club is holding their touch truck this Saturday, the 15th, from 10 to 3.
Okay.
So everyone can stop out at some point. It's
That's at the Veterans Park.
Veterans Park, yeah. I've been to quite a few of them, and it seems like they have one of the largest ones around. Maybe compared to like Lakewood, I think that's a pretty big one too. And we have a lot of people from all over the area, Pennsylvania, even, that come to it. It's a pretty big event that they have there. So, with that, progress.
Thank you. Councilwoman Faustini?
The rec programs are all pretty full. All the summer parks are thriving. Sports camps, the pool memberships were still rolling in last week, which is wonderful. It's up over 10% this year so far. And that's about it with that progress.
Thank you. Councilman Benjamin?
Progress, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilman Vest?
Yes, Mayor, I just would like to say that in tonight's resolutions, we passed the thing for Hadley Road, and I know I talked to Glenn, and all the money is ready to go. This will start the project, the process, so hopefully that'll get underway. And then on July, I forget the date, but I went to a meeting for the Woodland and Oak Tree Road Light
Okay.
at the engineering's office. And I know that what they said was anybody that was on their email should be getting minutes from that. I have not gotten them yet. So what I can tell you is that they're supposed to start July 17th.
Okay.
The project's gonna take 180 days. Somewhere between July 24th and the first week in August. Woodland will be closed for 2 weeks. They will allow access to the residents that are in and out of there, but they will have it closed. And they are gonna start work on the 17th, like I said, but that's not when they're gonna close the road for 2 weeks. They got some other work to do first, and then they'll shut it down. Hopefully, if you guys don't get the minutes, and I do, I'll certainly share them with you.
Okay. You said 180 days?
That's what they told me.
180?
Days. That's the length of the project. That's everything.
But the closure's only for 2 weeks.
That's what they said.
Okay.
Closing is 2 weeks,
What date did they say they were closed?
somewhere between July 24th and the 1st. Somewhere in there, they'll, whenever they get their first prep work done, then when they're ready to tear the road down. The thing they did say was they weren't gonna pave it until the end of the project.
Yeah, the reason why I'm asking is more than anything else, anybody that was out at Sampson today would have noticed we had a lot of police deployed, so, it would be great if it's that first week off, because I think we're gonna have our whole department, directing traffic, really.
Chief, has the contractor reached out to you yet?
I can think it's
not.
Because they're looking for a place to stage their equipment. And they were talking about, where it gets wide, if you're coming down Oak Tree heading towards Edison, and it gets wide on that right-hand side, they're looking to stage it there, and I told them that probably was not a good idea. So I gave them an option to look into behind the playhouse.
Right.
That place is abandoned. They weren't too happy with that, but I'm sure they're gonna be in touch with you.
Yeah, I'll speak with Lieutenant Dallaire and see if they reached out to him. They may have reached out to him. He didn't speak to me today about it, so I'll make sure that's taken care of, whatever.
And that's it, matter of progress.
Thank you. Councilman Wooler. Thank you. Council President White.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Just a few things here. Wanted to thank everyone for passing Resolution 17-270. It's a seamless document. So what it'll allow is for residents to fill out their applications and permitting applications and things like that online in a fillable format. And it will allow them only to move forward similar to other documents that you would be filling out. Once they completed all the proper information, it'll give them notification of updates, things like that, if information is missing. So I think it will create a good transition into the 21st century, if I may, for us. So, and it's not just building department, any of the forms that we're currently using can be placed on this system. So John Eversady actually found this, and I think it's going to be a great benefit to productivity and effectiveness here in the borough. A couple of other things here. I wanted to congratulate Wood Springs Extended Stay Hotel. They're currently open. They opened last week. Also, Jimbro retailer at Middlesex Mall, was formerly MJM. They're open as well. There'll be a ribbon cutting and grand opening specials and things like that this coming Sunday, the 16th. And also, I know that some of you may have seen on the Facebook page, South Plainfield is getting their first craft beer restaurant, and it's going to be filling the vacant for quite some time Radio Shack location over at Middlesex Mall. So that space will be getting filled. So that mall is getting filled, and hopefully will be thriving once again.
And that was in the works for some time.
Yes, yeah. The lease was just signed probably about 3 weeks ago. And the last thing I want to update everyone on the MVC. I spoke to Gene Ashmore, the director, the deputy chief of the MVC, and the Treasury is now speaking with some property owners here in South Plainfield and looking to work out and negotiate a lease. So as soon as I find out any definitive information that I'm allowed to release to you, I definitely will do that. But it looks very promising for the borough to once again have a MVC location here in town. With that, progress, Mayor.
Thank you. At this point, I'll open up for public comments. Ms. Boyle.
Debbie Boyle, Van Fleet. Just a reminder that Christmas in July is July 29th downtown. We had a meeting again tonight, and we're going to be meeting for the next couple of Mondays to get that settled. They have over 60 vendors. so far. Biggest event, kite throwing contest at the mayor and council.
That's in the morning, huh?
No, that's in the afternoon.
I'd rather do that.
It's a whipped cream.
Oh, whipped cream.
Yes. Also, a reminder, National Night Out is August 1st from 6 to 9 between Town Hall and the library. The library has a lot of events for the children as they did last year. We'll have food, drink, and a lot of different companies that are coming out to support. So again, please come out. Thanks. Oh, and if we could keep Vic, the owner of Pizza Stop, in our thoughts and prayers. He passed away on Friday night. He left 2 young children. He had a massive heart attack, so.
Sorry to hear that.
Thanks.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Did you want
Suzanne?
Suzanne asked me to talk about them. Did you want to? She gave me something on the windows. Okay.
Suzanne Lee, 4 Bullard Place. Here on behalf of the Cultural Arts Commission. We are doing the window decorating contest in conjunction with Christmas in July. So we're looking for groups and individuals, all ages, to participate and paint one of those downtown windows. You just need to register with our organization prior to the painting, so we can set up the day and time for you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Seeing none, close the public portion. We are going into executive session. You are more than welcome to stay and enjoy the amenities. We'll be back as soon as possible.
Only if they give us dinner. Yeah, I saw it tonight. I didn't see it at work, but I saw it. Yeah, you sent me a text, I like, yeah, because I such a good night.
And this one is going to go down like that? Yes.
I put it in with the students in July. But I didn't put any information about it.
Okay, yeah, last year, I think I brought it with the officer, and he kept that, people can drop off at a certain time, and then they can drop off for that. So, and we stayed there for the whole time.